Premier League top 8 predictions. Early predictions. I really want to state that because the transfers still haven't all been done and a lot's been happening. And the big question is Chelsea a Premier League contender? No doubt in my mind that they are. Do you agree, Mitch?
Of course they are. You can't have a performance like that in this past Club World Cup without being a legit Premier League contender. And real quick on the Club World Cup, I think it was more fun and more serious than a lot of people expected. In past editions of the tournament, it has been, I don't know, it's been kind of an off-season tournament for a lot of teams, and they'll go and they'll put out B teams, but with the monetary incentives this year, with the locations, and with the expanded number of teams, I think they did a good job. Hate to admit it, but I think they did a good job.
I love it. It's so true. And winning, Enzo Maresca, winning the Conference League, getting top 4, now winning the FIFA Club World Cup, he's the right man for the job. And a lot of these players, Delap now, João Pedro now, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Cole Palmer, they have the trust of the manager. And this is scary times for whoever is facing this team. So it's very exciting. But I think Chelsea's going to be a bit up, not in the 8th position in the Premier League here, prediction. So who's your 8th spot, Mitch, in the Premier League top 8?
At my 8th spot, I got Forest this season.
Ooh, Forest.
Mm-hmm.
No, no Elanga, no Gibbs White. They're dropping now to 8th.
Yes, yeah. I think Elanga and Gibbs White were their attack last year, and losing them. Granted, we're going to see who they turn those transfer fees into. I still think they have some business to do this summer. But yeah, I just don't see them maintaining the same form that they did last year into this season when losing their 2 best attacking threats. I still think they'll be in the top half of the table, though.
This is clear proof that I'm not doing Portuguese bias 100% in this podcast because I don't have nothing on Forest in the top 8. Coached by Nuno Espírito Santo, it's a great manager what he did the past season, but I think with Gibbs White going to Tottenham, that's going to be a huge miss. The engine of the team. So my 8th spot in the Premier League for next season right now, I go with Aston Villa of Unai Emery. It hurts me to put them at 8th, but with the amount of investment from these teams in the Premier League, with the expectations, I don't think it's going to be too bad for Aston Villa to get the 8th spots and still get a lot of respect because this is the most difficult league in the world. But is Ollie Watkins going to stay? Is Morgan Rogers going to stay? There's a lot of interest from Morgan Rogers, from Arsenal, Chelsea. One of the star players in the Premier League last season, I don't know, and that's why I'm going to put Aston Villa in my 8th spot, that I think it's still going to be good. But no, Nottingham Forest in my top 8. Yeah, I really had to make that choice. Now, with the 7th, this is a team that also, they could finish in 4th, 5th, or 6th, but I think they're going to be in the 7th because their star player is also going to leave. That's Alexander Isak. I think Newcastle are going to be finished 7th in the next Premier League. It also, I think it's a great coach with Eddie Howe, very well managed team. Anthony Gordon, Tonali. If they get Scalvini, that's a wonderful move for Newcastle. I see a lot of rumors about that. Livramento, Lewis Hall, great team, but still, I think losing Alexander Isak, that's going to be a huge piece that they can't replace him easy. And Ekitike, I like Ekitike, but 27 Premier League goals. That's a level that's quite high. And in the first season to have those expectations, that can be a bit unrealistic. So I'm going to go with Newcastle in my 7th spot in the Premier League predict. What you going, Mitch, with?
So for the similar reasons that you put Villa in your 8th, I have them in my 7th spot. I don't know if Ollie Watkins is going to stay. We don't know if Morgan Rogers is going to stay. But Unai Emery is a Premier League proven manager. I think they are a good team, and good teams finish 7th. Like you said, this is the most difficult league in the world. They can try to get into Conference League or even maybe take a crack at Europa League. But I do think Villa finished 7th. That's who I got in my 7th spot.
So my 6th and 5th in the Premier League, this was the toughest choice. This was the one that I spent like 2-3 hours trying to figure out what was I going to decide. and it's between Tottenham and Man United 5th and 6th. Right now, I might be a bit biased with the choice I'm going to do. Man United 5th place. That I still believe they can finish top 4 and surprise the world. Okay, Matheus Cunha, Mbeumo, a new striker that we'll talk. Osimhen, Šeško, so many options. But yes, Ruben Amorim, Man United. Even though a lot of players haven't been sold still, I'm going to trust Man United and the reaction that is needed. So I'm going to say Man United 5th and Tottenham 6th. What are you thinking with all this, Mitch?
So,
do you have Man United or Tottenham?
So, yes, great minds do think alike here. I do not have Tottenham in my top 8, though. Because as an Arsenal fan, I can't live with myself. I know. Even with Kudus, I'd have them at 9. Even with Kudus' signing this year, I have Newcastle at 6 and United at 5th. Yes, yeah. Because I do agree. I think United signing.
So tough.
I mean, what do you want from me? I think with United signing Cunha and Mbeumo, like those are two of the most Premier League proven attackers in the league. That's going to take them to a next level. Ruben Amorim has done an okay job thus far. I don't think he has been able to get the players that he wants into his system, but now with this transfer window, it looks like these are players that he has put a target on and said, I want to go get him because I think he fits into the style of ball that I want to play. So yes, for those reasons.
Exactly, Mitch.
And for the reasons you said about Newcastle earlier as well, still a great squad. Losing Isak is going to be very tough. You simply cannot replace a striker of that quality, but they have a lot of talented players around them. I think Newcastle will come in 6th, and I think United come in 5th.
Oh, yeah, that was tough to hear, but I love what you're talking, and I agree in the sense that it was Premier League proven players what Ruben Amorim needs the most. Mbeumo himself has more Premier League goal involvements, 11 more than Højlund, Xerxes, Garnacho, all combined. That is unacceptable. You need goals in Cunha, Mbeumo, and a new striker will give just that. And the question has to be, Mitch, do you think it's going to be Victor Osimhen, Ollie Watkins, Benjamin Šeško, or even a Hugo Ekitike that Liverpool is also interested in Newcastle?
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I think if it were to be Šeško, I think that would be United following suit from teams that play a different style than them, and I don't think Šeško would be the best for them. I think I can see Ekitike, but I haven't seen him linked to United all that much. I think Osimhen would be the best fit in Amorim's system. I'm not sure who is more realistic, though. I really am unsure. They do need to sign a striker. I think if I were Amorim, it would be Osimhen.
Completely agree with you. Victor Osimhen, Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha, that's the front three to get top 4. Minimal, okay? I really believe that could be the case. Casemiro, with the shape that he's in, the leader, he has to manifest that he has to be a starter completely, because with the amount of money that he earns, it's mandatory responsibility and accountability, and the goalkeeper needs to be solved. It can't be Onana. Start the next season of Man United, Onana the keeper. It has to be or Emi Martinez or a Diogo Costa, I'm sorry, rest in peace, Diogo Costa, okay? There are two terrific choices, but I would go realistically. I really think Emi Martinez would be an unreal signing for Man United with Mbeumo, with Matheus Cunha, with Victor Osimhen. And Emi Martinez would raise the value of all the center backs, because look at the confidence that they would have compared to an Onana. They have to think if I make a mistake, we're going to suffer a goal, very likely. So with Emi Martinez, the security comes with it, and Lisandro Martin, Eleni Yoro, De Ligt, Maguire, their value is all going to increase, and I think they're going to perform much, much better. But it's very difficult, mate, this Man United expectations for next season, but no tossing them in the top 8. Comment section, react to that, mate. You can do that. You can do that reaction, but no tossing them in the top 8, mate. You went very, very bold. Thomas Frank, come on, prove this man wrong.
But where did they finish last year? Yes, they had a trophy, and they are going to hold that over Arsenal fans' head for as long as they physically can. But where did they finish last year? Did we watch the football being played? Not what's on the badge, not the price tag of the players. The football being played last year was not good. So for me to say that they're not going to jump, 6, 7 league spots, that's not insane to think. Kudus is going to be a huge signing for them, and a little bit of a preview into who's going to be the most impactful signings that we'll speak about later. But I still don't think they have the depth and the quality of players to play in the number of competitions that they're going to be, being in Europa League, being in Champions League, and being in the Prem, playing FA Cup,
Got you.
I just don't see it.
And another player to be on the lookout is Vuskovic, that was on loan last season in the Belgium league to Westerlo. Very interesting player, Croatian center back that he's going to 100% play with Thomas Frank. But yes, 5th and 6th. This was some interesting choices right here. Now top 4 Champions League spots. Ooh, I'm with some nerves here because I don't know the order. We do not speak beforehand, saying this, that, and the other thing. So I'm so curious, Mitch, on who is your 4th. So let's get to it. Can you go first, Mitch?
Yep. My 4th spot is Chelsea.
Arsenal is finishing ahead of Chelsea next season, in your opinion, Mitch?
Absolutely. Given what Chelsea have done in this Club World Cup and that one singular game against PSG, they played phenomenally. I cannot take that away from them, but that is not the Premier League. The Premier League is an entirely different beast than a summer Club World Cup tournament. PSG looked pretty lifeless in that game, and I'm not going to put too much stake into that one game. As a whole, Chelsea had a good tournament, but they were not playing Premier League competition the entire tournament. I think over the course of a long season, this Chelsea team is going to perform better than they did last year. Hard to perform worse, but they will be better than they were last year. They will still make Champions League, but they will not have the consistency to compete for a top 1, 2, or 3 spot. Chelsea's my 4.
I'm going to agree to disagree in this sentence because I think Chelsea are going to have something that when Leicester won the Premier League back in the day, they had momentum and they had to avoid relegation and they got loads of wins in that end of season. They avoid relegation and they keep that momentum with that same core with Mahrez, with Vardy, and with that momentum, they made history. Chelsea, I actually feel the same way right now, personally. I think Chelsea have a lot of momentum to them, and I think star players like Cole Palmer, Moises Caicedo, Cucurella, that loves paella. He feels like a star in the Premier League, and he's at home right now. So I think Chelsea, I don't put them in my 4th spot. The 4th spot for me in the Premier League currently, this is so tough, but it's the first season without De Bruyne and Pep Guardiola, so I'm going to put Man City finishing 4th for me right now. Next season in the Premier League. I think Ryan Ait-Nouri is a phenomenal signing. Guardiola and Ryan Ait-Nouri. That's going to be really good to watch at the back. Let's see if they're going to sign James Trafford for goalie. That would be a great signing. Even though I see other teams with more investment, and I'm really hopeful with Chelsea. I really think Chelsea are going to finish ahead of Arsenal and ahead of Man City. So I'm going to put Arsenal 3rd and I'm going to put Chelsea 2nd. I'm already spoiling everything, but I have to say it like this. I really think Chelsea are looking like a much different team. The competitiveness, the trust. André Santos is on the bench. What a luxury stats have like Enzo, Caicedo, Cole Palmer, Bino Jitsens or Pedro Neto. Then you have William Estevão, that is one of the best players of the Brasileirão last season and one of the best Wonderkids in the world. And to go from Jackson to Liam Delap and João Pedro, that is a huge upgrade. I just don't see Chelsea to win it all because I think there is a better team I can say it now, Liverpool. I think Liverpool have the best team in the Premier League in my opinion. Mitch's face. But like Chelsea with this momentum, this style of play, the trust with the manager, Enzo Maresca 3rd season, I think the Italian manager can get it done for Chelsea. We've seen it happen before with Conte, with Ancelotti, now with Maresca, same old story. But let me hear your thoughts with this because I want to know where you have Arsenal now, mate.
Jeez. So I do want to echo what you said about, I guess, not to trivialize it, but the vibes at Chelsea all seem good. It seems like players have bought into the system. It seems like they enjoy playing together, that there's flow, there's cohesion when they play. I do agree with that they are moving in the right direction. So that's why I have Chelsea performing better than they did last year. At my 3 spot, however, is Manchester City. Yeah, I think Pep has to change some things without his boy Kevin De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne has been kind of the rock of Pep's career at City for the entire time, and the entire system and the attack of it revolves around De Bruyne. He's going to have to make some play style changes, and with the signings that he's brought in, like you mentioned, Outnuri, I think City are an excellent team. I don't know if they have that lethal 1-2 punch. Erling Haaland is still a top 3 striker in the world, but without Kevin De Bruyne, what does he look like? What do his chances look like? Is the service going to be different? Is the build-up going to be different? The answer is likely yes, and you cannot replace a Kevin De Bruyne. But you have a lot of talented players over at City, and you have perhaps the best manager of all time in Pep Guardiola. He is capable of making adjustments. So I think City finishing 3rd is realistic based on the roster that they have and the talent that they have. And I guess you've given away your top 2. So my top 2 at number.
What's the order?
At number 1, the winner of the Premier League is the Arsenal. It is the Arsenal. Come on, man. Come on.
6 years
It's our
in the making,
time.
Arteta.
It's our time. Okay? This is Arteta's last gasp. This is it. If it's not this season, it's Arteta out. It really is. Like, this is the end of the project. This is what we've been building up to, right? We need that Gyökeres signing. Okay? Signings with Zubamendi, Madueke. We've signed rotational talent that allows us to rotate and allow Saka to, take a game off, man. The number of minutes on his legs has been unbelievable. I think Madueke is a great one. I think Zubamendi will add just Nordgaard as well. Thank you. Like, I see us conceding 25 goals next year, maybe. Like, we are so stacked defensively that True. I think the offensive production needs to come, and it will. It will with these signings, and I trust Mikel Arteta. I really do. I trust Bukayo Saka.
Arsenal has the best defense in the world. Arsenal with Julian Timber, with Saliba, Gabriel Raya.
Yes, Lewis Skelly, Ben White. And a lot of those players, especially like Ben White, Jurrien Timber, can play on the left, the center, or the right, depending on what's needed in the game. We have Lewis Skelly, who primarily plays on the left, but how positive he is with the ball and how forward he gets, the overlaps he makes, just his ability on the ball is much more of like an inverted fullback, but he still has the engine to work back and defend one-on-one. I think last season he was a little reckless at times with his tackles and with his cards. I think as a young player
against Real Madrid, that was insane to see the confidence.
As
you're saying, a midfielder to play at left back that way. What a game!
He plays in a flow state sometimes when he's carrying the ball and when he's playing those 1-2 passes. It's really, really a pleasure to watch him play. I got the chance to meet him last summer when Arsenal were in Philly. Absolute lad, just such a nice dude. I mean, a bunch of the Arsenal players where I did a video with all 3 Gabriels. Jesus, Martinelli, and Gabriel. You're right. I did a video with all 3 of them. Great guys as well. Just name dropping now. But Miles Lewis Skelly, I fully believe, is the future of the defense of this club. Ethan Nwaneri as well. We want to talk about
new contract
as well through 2030, I believe. And then if we really want to get into it, the Max Dowman of it all will get minutes this year. I can't wait to see what he's able to do. I know you love a Wonderkid. The way he dribbles at players and he causes problems, his confidence on the ball is like nothing I've seen from a 15-year-old. I'm really looking forward.
Yeah. Very strong decision making for his age, and he's got the technical ability to back what he's thinking.
Clearly.
It's phenomenal. That's one of the best Wonder Kids out there, definitely in England. But yes, you mentioned with Lewis Miles Skelly, Ethan Nwaneri, there is trust and there's belief of these players, and it's no denying that Arsenal and Mikel Arteta of Arsenal, like it's beautiful to watch right now. 6 years in the making, Champions League beat Real Madrid. got second place 3 years in a row. I completely agree with what you're saying. It's now or never. Now's where everyone wants to see the world-class level lifting the title, and I can guarantee you, Arsenal fans, without Victor Gyökeres, it will be a lot harder to make it happen. So the tough negotiations are ridiculous for me, in my opinion. If you spend more than 60 mil for Zubimendi, if you spend 50 million for Madueke, and you don't spend the 70 plus 10 for Victor Gyökeres, it's honestly delusional. Because Arsenal haven't signed a striker better than Aubameyang since he has left. And that is a huge issue. And I like Arteta for a lot of reasons, like I stated, with the style of play. But he makes a choice with these signings. Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, that's more than 100 million in 2 players that were to be strikers, and they just didn't deliver. Victor Gyökeres will guarantee deliver for Arsenal. But yes, I had to put them in the 3rd spot because I really think that it's going to be very, very hard to beat this Chelsea and Liverpool team that I think is gonna win the Premier League. Liverpool that has out of this slot that Florian Wirtz, getting him, that was a big move. Shows belief in the project also. And the fact that Salah and Virgil van Dijk stayed, that is humongous in my decision making. But yes, let us know down below if you agree or disagree with our top 8. Tell us your top 8 in the comment section and like this video for more videos just like this.